Is there more to meditation than mindfulness? Absolutely. Mindfulness is, in a sense, a beginning level of meditation. After all, you sit up straight, relax, and close your eyes. What are you going to experience except the onslaught of thoughts, many of which you're not aware of when you're active in the body during the day? And so, yes, mindfulness is the ability and the act of observing one's thoughts, at least in the classical use of that term, mindfulness. Now, there are higher degrees of mindfulness, but we'll come to that in just a moment. So, yes, meditation in the higher octave of its own tradition, going back thousands of years, is to go within, transcend restless thoughts, transcend the input of the senses of hearing, touch, taste, smell, and so forth, in order to perceive subtler realities. Just as the modern scientist, measures subtle light rays and radiations of all sorts and looks out into the cosmos and sees things that you and I can't see and measure and so forth. So the yogi scientist, the meditator, goes within and makes the effort through a particular art and science to have subtler and subtler perceptions. And yes, first of our thoughts, in a sense. Thoughts are pretty subtle after all. But more than that, going beyond thoughts, entering a quiescent state where thoughts subside, then inner perceptions arise from that point. And that's not the end game, that's just a beginning point. But those inner subtle perceptions act as way-showers and as forms on which to concentrate in order to get ever more refined in our subtle perceptions. I'm not going to go through all the stages of that, but there are terms used throughout different faith traditions representing the tradition of yoga. We think of the highest state as being what's called samadhi. There are things like enlightenment, and there are different kinds of samadhi, but basically that is when we achieve identification and an experience of our higher self even beyond our own body, including our subtle body. We have, we gain sort of psychic insight. There are people who can see things at a distance. There are mystics who are known to levitate in different traditions, or even fly through the air, and amazing stories. So, yes, there is much more to meditation than mindfulness, but all of these things that I mentioned are not goals in themselves. In fact, they're distractions. People are warned on the inner path of meditation to not seek the so-called powers, psychic powers, that come naturally as we develop our inner psychic perceptions and so on. To keep our mind, if you will, our intention anyway, on realization of the soul, out of which we have come, and the soul out of the realization of the spirit beyond creation, that from which all creation has come. Okay, so meditation is more than just mindfulness.